Okay, so I think we can start. We have 9 online viewers. So, I would like to try today a couple of new things from AWS. Regarding Cloudformation, I'm really excited because it's a really nice feature. It allows us to make advanced things in terms of Cloudformation, in terms of custom resources. So now we can use Cloudformation in another way how we used it before. So I didn't learn anything on purpose. So I'd like that we all again together we'll try to look at it. We'll try to find out what's there inside. So let's just start with basics. Let's just Google it, how we do it usually. Cloudformation Providers. What is it? So AWS also introduced this command line interface for Cloudformation. It's not AWS CLI, it's another tool. So it seems like we have to install it. Yeah, it's called CFN. So let's do it first. Again, it should be the first step. Okay, let's see if it works. Realizing new project. So maybe I should explain a bit more what I read. I read just a bit of it. So now we can create kind of custom resources for Cloudformation. It means that Cloudformation actually exposed the API, the, let's say, SDK, how they create resources internally. So we can create our own resources by our own. So they provide kind of SDK. We can develop our resources and we can publish them. So we publish them to Cloudformation registry. We can take a look at this Cloudformation registry. Actually, I'm not sure if everything's fine with audio. No voice. Moment. Okay, fine. Okay, so with screen, output, bitrate, Good. Output source. Sorry guys, I'm doing for the first time, so there can be some technical problems. But if this quarantine will last longer, so maybe we'll make it more often, and I hope for the next time it will be better. Okay, anyway, so I should do everything actually on the top of my screen, so you can see it. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so back to the topic, custom resources, custom providers. With this Cloudformation CLI, we can try to make a kind of mock of our own custom resource, custom provider. So we can see there is kind of wizard for that. So if you worked already with CloudFormation, you know that the resources called like this. So it's kind of namespaces splitted with these double dots. So let's see if import test service test resource will work. Yes. Language, we have Go, we have Java. So I'm more familiar with Java, so I would choose the second one. Package name, I don't care. Okay, so seems like yes, it has been created a new bootstrap for that. We have some files here. So maybe we can follow the documentation further. Okay, there are three major steps in developing resource providers: model, develop, register. So model, create a validate schema that serves as the canonical definition of your resource provider. So I guess it's about our parameters. So as you remember, all the resources in CloudFormation, they have their properties. So we should actually define it somewhere. So let's see what CloudFormation generated for us here. To keep it on the top left. Maybe it's resolution. Think output encoder video. No. Audio stream. So maybe if anyone has ideas, how can I fix it? Advanced. Hotkeys, general. Projectors. Overflow. Come on, it should be somewhere. Video bitrate. No, it's not the case. Output mode. Okay, let's continue like that, and maybe next time I'll figure out how to do this. So we have src folder, main, we have couple of files here, so let's see what's inside. Nothing. Nothing. Create handler, so this is interesting. Callback, build resource model, so I guess they're talking about this model here, and this model comes from here, request get desired resource state, put your code here. So as you can see, we have couple of handlers: create handler, delete handler, list, read, update. We can adopt this code. So I don't know, let's see, let's add something completely stupid. It was great handler. So of course we're not gonna get this message from anywhere, because it will be printed inside of AWS somewhere inside of their infrastructure. So use cases that I see right now for resource providers is some custom things that we'd like to do with our infrastructure. After that the resources, the services of AWS actually have been rolled out. So for example, the sweet spot for me would be some kind of migrations. Let's say we are rolling out some application, we created infrastructure for that, like network, I don't know, instances, databases. So now we would need to fill some data in order to start working with our application. So usually it's already level of our application, so we can have kind of migrations in our application. Those migrations can be run while CI/CD pipelines or something like that, but Cloudformation gives now another possibility to do some things. Or we can be, for example, notified after our resources have been created, completed, or deleted. So we can see there is a delete handler. Maybe someone has already experience with it, and if I'm talking bullshit, please let me know. So I'm just discovering the thing together with you guys. I have no clue so far. So let's try to, I don't know, compile it, or what can we do with it? As you iterate on your resource model, you can use the validate command to validate your schema against the resource provider definition schema and fix any issues. So they suggest us to write validate. Let's try to do it. CFN validate is valid. Nice, already something. Develop, okay, add logic, blah blah blah. Yes, we've seen it. If you make changes to your, use the generate command. I actually don't understand where should I change my schema. Where's the schema actually? Update handler, context, blah blah, configuration. There is nothing. Is there any documentation? Modeling, maybe this one. Defining property attributes. Right. How to define a minimal resource? Handler section. So it should have kind of this thing. Maybe we can look through. Nothing. Or how I called my resource, like this. Nothing. Interesting. Where I can find this schema? Or should I create it by myself? Resource provider schema. Attributes. Modeling, which involves crafting a schema that defines the reform. When you initially create your resource provider using init example resource schema, where is it? Use this schema file as a starting point for defining. Okay, maybe we should search for JSON files, I don't know. Oh, look. Thing port, test resource. It's on the root. Right here. Yes, here it is. Look. Properties, title, authors, additional properties, handlers. Okay, so they suggest us to put some properties. TPS code is automatically generated. Okay, so this is our properties of our component actually. Okay, nice. So we have different types of it. We have date format, memo, I have no idea what is it. Title, string. Nice. So let's try to add some new property. Let's say this name property. And try to run this cfn validate. Is valid. Nice. Okay, good. And if I say string 2, okay, failed. Nice, so it works. Okay, we found out how we can use our schema. So I guess we should now compile our code somehow, or publish it, I don't know. Let's find it out. So let's say we modeled it, so we accomplished the first step. Now we developed something, we added some code inside. Register resource provide Cloudformation in order to make it available. Use submit command to register and make it available, blah blah blah. Okay, let's just do it directly. cfn submit. I didn't revert it. Yes. No jar artifact, right? So we need to compile it. Okay. mvn, so it's Maven project, mvn package. Let's see if it compiles. In the meantime, we could read a bit about Cloudformation registry. So it was somewhere registry, right? So we can have private and public resource providers. So we would need probably private. We're not gonna publish it publicly, it's just a test. Registering to use private resource providers, either once you develop yourself, blah blah blah. You must register them with Cloudformation. The accounts and regions in which you want to use them. You can register software using register type command of the AWS CLI, so it's already another thing, or using the submit command of Cloudformation CLI. Okay, so it's also possible with CFN. To register a resource provider using Cloudformation, see registering resource providers, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we'll take a look later. So compilation is done. Let's see if we can submit it. Obviously not. Yes, because I didn't specify neither region nor account for that. So how's it? It was AWS custom region use central one, of course, and profile. I guess it was profile to import. Not to be mistaken, I'll check it. AWS CLI environment variables. Okay, default region correct. AWS profile, right? AWS profile, think port, and now we can submit. No region. What? Here's the region. AWS custom region. What are you talking about? AWS default region. Use central one. So a bit about timing, so I'm not gonna do it till the end. Of course it will take much more time. I would say maybe 30 minutes more, and then it's enough for today. So at least we have some overview and the minimal understanding of it, how it works, what is it, and maybe it will help you next time to build your own providers. Maybe we'll make another session about next steps, because I'm really excited to do it till the end, like to build, to publish this custom resource, this provider, and then use it in Cloudformation template and see if it really works, and maybe build some real world example, I don't know, with some simple thing like email notification maybe, or something like that, or maybe calling lambda endpoint when CloudFormation template is ready, but probably not today already. Okay, why are you hanging? Do I have internet? I do. Okay, we got some error message. Error occurred when calling update stack operation. Blah 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 is in create in progress state and cannot be updated. What? Create in progress. So I guess I started the process last time somehow, somewhere, and maybe it just cannot update it or something like that. I don't know. Let's go to the console and see if something new appeared in CloudFormation registry. So sorry, now you cannot see the entire screen, but I'll show you it a bit later. Public, private. Oh no, we don't have. Okay, I'll show you. Come on. So I'm in CloudFormation console, CloudFormation registry, resource types, resource type private, and then I cannot see anything here. So maybe I should create first my, I don't know, resource type somehow. What we do in such cases? Of course, we Google it. So actually, it should be on this page. Registry, right? CloudFormation CLI. Okay, we did it already. We developed our provider registering. Maybe it's here. Registering resources. Submit. Once we completed developing, yes, we did. You'll need to register the CloudFormation to make it available for use. From CloudFormation CLI, you submit. We did it. The submit command does the following: validates. So we saw it. Packages up. Runs the init and root tests. Determines which handlers. Blah blah blah. Returns registration token. Okay, so we didn't get this registration token because something failed, something went wrong. To validate and package your resource project but not register, use -dry run. Okay, let's try maybe with me -dry run. Wonderful. Is it for submit command? Is it? It is. Okay. No idea. Maybe afterwards, right? I'm stupid. Yeah, dry run is complete. Okay, so something happens in the cloud. You can also register your resource directly using the register type action. Maybe we can use this guy. Register type. Actually, we do need this thing because as we could see, where's my AWS console? Is it gone? Yes, it's here. So we don't have any private resources in CloudFormation console. Means that we should somehow create it, probably first. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can write it, of course. So far, nothing. Register type. So it is actions, CloudFormation actions. No, can also register reserve directly. No, it's not our case. No, unfortunately, it doesn't help. It's not CLI, it's just CloudFormation itself. Resource provider versions, so we can create different versions. It's nice. Scope: any resource provider you register is only visible and usable within your account. That's great. So I guess if you need to expose it, you use public resources. Resource provider provisioning. Resource provider doesn't contain create, read, and delete handlers. No, we saw it actually. If it doesn't contain, okay, the CloudFormation cannot actually provision the resource. But our component has all these things, should be fine. Deregistering, okay. I'm confused. What we're doing wrong? Okay, let's try again. Maybe something changed. We don't need dry run anymore. That would be wonderful if they use the same engine from CloudFormation to submit and publish these CloudFormation providers, because I have feeling that they do it. Because CloudFormation, when you deploy your CloudFormation template, you actually get this kind of errors as well. And it also takes like forever. But maybe it's a good sign, maybe something useful will come off it. How many people we have? 11, nice. 2 more people joined. Wow, look at this. Successfully submitted type. Waiting for registration token. Wonderful, we have registration token now. So we should take it and then, okay, that you can use with a describe type registration, but we actually just can take a look at the console. I guess it will be faster. Public, private. No, where are you? By the way, let's look what we have here in public resources, in public resource types. There are of course things which come from AWS directly. AWS ECMPCA certificate. Yes, certificates also a sweet spot for that. Like, I know cases when you need to upload your certificate. For example, you created HTTPS endpoint somewhere and you just need to upload your certificate. So you should do it with now with lambda, actually with custom resource as lambda, and then do it by yourself. But it's so tricky, so complicated, and not reusable at all. So maybe this thing, it's about it actually. AWS Amazon MQ broker, Amplify branch, I have no idea what is it. API gateway account, no idea. API key, API gateway authorizer, this is interesting. What's this? Is there any description? No. Schema. It's stupid, of course, there is no description. Wonderful. Resource types. Or maybe it is just, it's maybe not this custom things. No, yes, of course, it's not custom things, it's already existing types. It's existing types, they were there always. Oh, look at this, our private resource is there. Cool. So actually we have a little bit of time, maybe we can use it. Cloudformation template, see if it works. So I'm gonna create a small example. We can do it actually in this repository as well. Template YAML. Resources. What should we parameters? We don't need something completely simple. Let's just use only one resource that we just created. This guy here. Test components type, and I guess we need to use at least some required properties that we define here. Is there kind of required field or something like that? No. No. Okay. So let's assume they're all not mandatory, and I can like skip all of them or just use some of them. Okay, so this is the simplest example. Let's try to deploy it. We would need these two environment variables as well. Call AWS Cloudformation. How was it? Deploy minus template. Man, I don't remember all these commands always. First Cloudformation CLI deploy minus template file minus tech name. Template file is template YAML on minus tech name is private provider test. Minus template file expected one argument. Come on. Yes, it was correct. Minus. Ah, right. I have this extra parameter here. Oh, look. Mapping values are not allowed here. Ah, right. So I guess it was. Yeah. I should write properties, of course. Properties. Now. Oh, waiting for change set to be created. I'm excited. So basically failed. Oh no. Run to following to fetch the list of no, I don't want to use CLI rollback complete. So let's just look at console events. Okay, so the error is validation failed for resource test component with message required key test code not found. How is it possible? So I guess it expects this test code property which comes from here, yeah, but there is no like required field. How is it even possible? Why do you need this test code but you don't need, for example, this guy? Because it's enum? Okay, whatever, let's use it. Rollback complete. We delete the stack. Come on. Oh, this thing is annoying, of course. Let's just rename the stack. Private provider test 2. Failed again. So people who deal with CloudFormation, we're used to this pain. It's fine. Rollback complete, create failed. Title now not found. Title not found. So you're expecting from me all of this? Look, required. Of course it must be here. Yes, so there are 2 required fields. Yes, you see. Title. Now you should work. Delete stack. So look, the first. No. Yeah, the first one is gone, so we can use the first name. Come on, now it should work. Of course not. Let's see what's the error now. Relation failed. Test company with message title. Oh my god. Are you kidding? Expected minimum length 20, actual 7. I hate you. Are you happy now? So let me delete this. This second one is gone. How are we doing, guys? Okay. At least nobody left. That's good. It means that it's not completely boring. Oh my god, failed again. No. So what do you say now? Back failure. What? Handler returned success, but did not return the primary identifier for the physical resource. What the fuck is it? But I think, guys, it's already success. It's already success for today. We got success message, it's already something. Did not return the primary identifier for the physical resource. So I would say that means that the example actually is not full-fledged. Somehow it's not completely valid to be used immediately. So maybe like something here in create handler should return some kind of identifier, something like that. Let's just Google it. I guess I saw this error message also for some native components of CloudFormation. No, it doesn't look. When CloudFormation creates a native LB3, you see 3 separate stack events. Create in progress without ID, create in progress with physical, blah blah blah. Potentially some complete with the same physical resource ID. Yeah. Okay. Last try. And I think we finish for today. It's AWS CDK. Implement default behavior for look. There's default behavior for physical resource IDs. Custom resources. Okay. I guess something is wrong here. The question is why it's wrong from default example. List read handler, update handler, configuration, behavior resource. So I guess we got this success, and then we stuck on build step somehow. Okay. I have no idea. I will try next time. Maybe I'll Google something else and share my results with you. But I guess we did today at least something. We have seen how we can create our private providers, how we can edit it. It's really nice that we have ready example from AWS that we can just edit, and it's working partially at least. So let's try the last thing. So maybe there are already existing providers. Oh, I even was here. So the feature is relatively new. I guess they introduced it. So partially, I guess registry was announced during this reInvent 2019, and this public and private providers were announced maybe month or 2 months ago. So it's relatively new, and there is no many developed libraries, not libraries, but like third-party things for that. It actually comes from AWS. We don't need it. So this one looks better. It's not from AWS. They have 0 stars. It's fine. 5 months ago, so maybe it's interesting. And these guys are really early adopters. Okay, so let's find the examples. Cloudformation templates, DNS interface. I don't know where they store it, for example. Let's go here. Yes, nice. Create handler. Our method is also called, no, our method is called handle requests. Yes, it's here. Okay, blah 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 blah. They're doing their custom logic, and then progress event, operation status. No, they just do build. Look, .build everywhere. Nothing else. I don't know. Maybe it's some temporary error from AWS or something like that. Okay, whatever. We tried it. We did our best. Now it's time to have a rest, to drink coffee, to have food, and enjoy this wonderful evening. So thank you for your attention. Ciao, and I hope we'll do this kind of things more often. Bye.